I know. I am incredibly late to this product review right here, but better late than never, because honestly, this headset was pretty darn close to perfect. Now inside your box of your Epos H3 Pro Hybrid, you're gonna get your headset, of course. We have the newer white and silver version here, which looks absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. You'll get a detachable braided 3.5 cable, nice and lightweight by the way. You can get a detachable USB-C cable, which you can charge them or listen to your sound through it as well. A USB extender, this little cover that we've seen in the other headsets by Epos, because your microphone is detachable and you just bam, plop it on there to cover that up. Of course, your wireless dongle, and then absolute plethora of paperwork. So right out the box, seeing all the multiple connections you can get with this headset is stinking awesome. Again, being able to use a USB 3.5 or wireless right there. And again, you can use them simultaneously. That is stinking awesome. But you all know where we have to start. We have to start with that comfort. And I'd like to kick it off with the weight of the Epos H3 Pros right here. With the microphone attached, we are getting 308 grams. Now again, that microphone is detachable if you want. Bam, you can put that on there. You're gonna get 290 grams. And if you're curious, you got that little adapter right there and it doesn't weigh anything. Taking a look at the ear pads of the headset here, very nice and plush and incredibly cozy. You got like this, I don't know what you call that right there, velour or whatever, but it is super soft, very breathable. I don't feel my ears sweating much. You got that breathable material inside and then a pleather on the outside, which is also gonna help locking in that sound right there. But these ear pads are fantastic. You can see definitely memory foam. They hold their position right there. As far as size, plenty big for me. I don't get any ear pinch in there as far as the width or anything. And also as far as the depth, I don't get my ears touching the drivers in there, but there are the measurements for you. As far as changing the ear pads, I guess you can, but you got that plastic ring around the side, so it's gonna be very hard. You're gonna have them to really fit around the edge right there. So not the easiest replacement, but possible. Now looking up at the headband right here, it is fabric on the outside, but pleather on the inside. And I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick this up, but you got a little divot right in the middle, as you can see. So a little more plush right there, goes in a little bit, and then more plush out there. What that's gonna do is alleviate that initial pressure point right on the very tippy top of your head. And as far as adjustment on this headset, you have plenty. Your ear cups go in and out right there. You have that swivel. Now you don't have full swivel, it's not gonna go flat, but you got enough swivel here where it's really gonna conform to your head. As far as adjustment on the arms right there, nice, and it really holds its position very nice. And again, it gets pretty big if you got a bigger head, and then you can pull it all the way in small if you got a smaller head. So when you take all of that and combine it as far as the weight, the plushness of the ear pads, that nice headband right there, the adjustment, these guys are 100% stinking cozy. They definitely get the badge easily. When I put them on my head right here, they're just like perfect. You know what I mean? They're not bothering me at all. That little divot in the top up there, as far as me having a bald head, it's really nice because again, our heads are going like that and then they're gonna come up right there. If you got that extra pad that's right there, you'll notice in some of your other headsets that it's gonna set right there in the middle. Rather when this one, it's actually kind of wrapping around my head right there. Very comfortable. The ear pads again, guys, are phenomenal. Easy, stinking cozy badge here. So how about the build? Well, as you can see right here, I really don't get worried about them. I can twist them up, bend them up, and I really don't get too worried. Taking a closer look at the headset, you can see your headband adjustment is metal. You do got the plastic for the clicky little adjustment holds right in there, and then it goes into this metal bracket right there. So there's two main pressure points as far as twisting them, bending them when you're constantly put them on, is right here to here, and you have that metal reinforcement. Now going down into this arm down here, it is plastic. And then also as far as the adjustment over here, it is also plastic there. So you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points that are a little iffy, but again, the plastics feel incredibly durable. None of this feels chintzy whatsoever. It feels incredibly premium in the hand. So I think this headset gets an easy win in the build right here. Again, I feel like they put metal in 2 prime points right here. You do have some extra adjustments that we don't see in many other headsets that are plastic, but again, like I stated, it feels incredibly solid in the hand. All right, so let's go on and talk features and functions here, and there are a lot on this headset. Back right ear cup, you have your Bluetooth pairing button, your active noise cancellation switch, which clicks up or clicks down for on or off. You have your volume wheel over here, continuously rolling up and continuously rolling down. Going to the back left ear cup, 3.5 port, USB-C port, indicator light for pairing or powering, power button, little microphone right there, and then your flip down to active and flip up to mute microphone, which again, as I stated, is also removable.
All right, so I want to talk more about the features and functions of this headset. And what I'm going to talk about these, I'm going to be using a microphone right here. And we're plugged in by the USB dongle going wireless right here. No sound tweaking, no sound morphing, anything, plugged and played. And you can use this microphone multiple other options as far as Bluetooth 3.5, the wireless, or whatever right there, you know. So talking about these features and functions, there's a couple things. Number one, talking Bluetooth. Yeah, you have Bluetooth, and then you got the wireless, you got the 3.5 and all that, and you can use them simultaneously, right? So say if you're playing your game, you're playing wirelessly, whatever, then you got your phone, you pair up your phone to listen to music or something. You can listen to both of them. You can control your music through your phone, and then your game will be through the headset right there. It's really cool to be able to control both of them and be able to use both of them at the exact same time. Now you're hearing a microphone plugged in 3.5. And again, talking about these features and functions, it's just a little weird, right? Because talking about me using a 3.5, well, I still got to power on the headset, which is kind of a stinker because, again, you still got to worry about charging. It would have been nice to be able to just plug it up and use it, say, if your battery's dead. You always have that backup mode right there. But again, you still have to power it. And even when you're going 3.5, you get all the notifications in your headset as well. From powering it on, you get the voice notification as far as power or how much battery is left and all that, which, again, I wish you didn't have to use. I wish you can go straight 3.5. And this is the microphone going 3.5. And yes, you can also use the Epos H3Pro Hybrids via USB as far as listening to music, charging them at the same time, or even as far as your microphone as you're hearing right here. Again, so many different options with this headset. And now lastly, you're hearing a microphone connected by Bluetooth right here. Same settings, same volume and everything, so we did all the microphone tests. And as you're seeing through these features and functions, like I stated, it's so cool how many it has and how many different variations you can do, the 3.5, USB, the Bluetooth, use them simultaneously, whatever. The stinker, again, is having to use the battery through all of them. And one other weird thing about it, talking features and functions, is using the battery. Like, I plug my stuff in overnight, so I really don't care if a product has 20 hours, 30 hours, or 300 hours like some of the new headsets we looked at, right? I plug my stuff in overnight, and I'm good to go for my game sessions. Now, the weird thing with the Epos H3 Hybrid or Pro Hybrids here, as I plug them in overnight, come back to use them, and every time I fired them up, it would only say 80% battery. That's just really strange because, again, I'd leave it plugged in all night, headsets off, and every time it would only top out at 80%. Very strange.
All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about sound. And I'm going to touch a lot on the features and functions we just talked about while we're talking about sound. Most importantly, being able to use a 3.5 wireless or USB on, heck, just about every platform. Now, of course, wireless is not going to work on Xbox, but again, you can use the headset on every single platform one way or another. And why I state that is, well, it sounded pretty much the exact same on every connection for whatever platform you were on. They're using 40mm drivers with a frequency range of 20 to 20,000, exact same as the H3 hybrids are using, not the Pro version. And honestly, they sound the exact same as those, again, across every platform with every different connection. So again, I feel like you got to win, again, whichever platform you're really going to be using. And again, it's cool being able to use it however you really want to use it right there. Now, talking about that sound, if you're not used to or you didn't hear my review on the H3 hybrids, the regular version right there, it's definitely packing a full sound, right? It's not screechy in the highs. You still have detail, but it's not screechy in the highs. It's not heavy in the bass. It's not rumbling or thumping on your head right there. It's right here in the middle. It's natural, but it is full. I'd say it's focused more on the bass. Now, you can go into the Epos software and dabble with the EQs. You got some presets in it. You can pull it out. I did tend to pull down my bass a little bit and pull the highs out right there. That's just my preferred sound, but the out-of-the-box sound is good as well. Again, it is fuller. It's immersive. Nothing's screechy. Nothing's overdone. Again, it's right there giving you that good quality sound. Now, one thing I want to touch on as far as the sound or using it, again, kind of diving more into the features and functions here, being able to use it in multiple situations, multiple setups, right? I'm running a dongle onto my PC, then I got Bluetooth synced up to my phone, listening to music, everything's working perfectly fine. By the way, when you get a phone call, it comes through, it cuts off your music, bam, and you're gonna be dedicated to your phone call right there. Then once you hang up your call, which you can use by the smart button right back here to hang up or anything like that, it'll go right back to your game and you can control each of them that way. Now, weirdly, when I went to the PlayStation 5, I'm connected with the dongle going wireless, and I tried to sync up Bluetooth to my phone as well. It was real weird because I started getting these crackles and it was just breaking up. It wasn't like constant. It wasn't like this white noise back there, but just, I'd say every maybe 5 minutes to be fair, right? I'd hear a crackle, maybe even more than that, honestly. I'd hear a slight little crackle. And it was pretty annoying. It almost made it unusable for me on PlayStation to use Bluetooth. And if I was going just straight wireless with the dongle or whatever, perfectly fine. If I was going 3.5 or USB, perfectly fine. But when I went wireless with the dongle and then tried to use my Bluetooth at the same time, I got that on the PlayStation 5. That did not happen on the PC. So I don't know, do I just got a dudzy or whatever? But that is my experience right there, which was a little bit of a bummer. But again, as far as the core all-around sound, no matter which game you were playing, a story, a racing, a shooter, Halo, Forza, Horizon, Forbidden West, anything like that, even listen to music or videos, it sounded good. There was never an instance I was like, I can't stand that, or ooh, that's a little bit too much. Again, I feel like I really got that core experience no matter what genre of game or music or anything I was listening to. Really solid in the sound department. Hold up, I totally forgot to talk about the ANC, the active noise canceling right there. And why I forgot to talk about it is, well, it's just not a feature that I'm really interested in. If you need it and you're in an extremely loud environment, you know, or maybe if you take them off and use them as a pair of headphones on a transit or something like that, then maybe you'd be into it. Me personally, even though I got a fairly noisy environment, the headset alone, like just right now, like my voice is even muted. I think it's perfectly fine like that. And by the way, when you click on the active noise cancellation, it makes the sound, say if you're in game or listening to music, it makes it sound just slightly tinny and distant, which I personally don't like. Again, I like the core sound. So again, I just never used it. So after looking over the H3 Pro Hybrids here, I'm sure we can see eye to eye on this review right here. As I stated in the beginning, it's almost perfect. Stinking cozy, hands down. I love the styling. The sound is great, you know what I mean? It does so many of the core things right. But the areas where it falls off kind of make me question it, right? Number one, that issue we had on the PS5. That 80% battery deal. Is that just my copy? I don't know. If you use them, let me know what your experience is. I can review my one copy, and that's the experience I had, so that's what I'm going to rate it off right there. That made me really questionable. The other thing is the price tag. We know Epos, they got that Sennheiser taste in their mouth, you know what I mean, and they still push that price. Now, this headset's packing a lot, I think, to back up that price for the most part, but at that price, it has to do everything perfect. And I don't think it does everything perfect. It does a lot of the core things perfect, but it's not doing everything perfect. But all in all, I love the headset. I had a good time with it. Can I recommend it? No, I can't recommend it. I'd say try at your own risk. I think you're gonna be happy with it, but hopefully you didn't have the issues I had. But again, I had a blast with the headset.